Greetings to Dr. Parveen Kaur and our fellow classmates. We are from Group 11 and in this video we will present our topic which was entitled Women Empowerment. Before we proceed to the introduction, I would like to introduce my group members. First one is Nafisa Syawallyani binti Rusli. The next one is Siti Nur Masitah binti Rodzuan, followed by Rosaidie Bin Halim and Nurul Izzah binti Halim, and lastly myself, Siti Nur Ain binti Kadir. Women's empowerment can be defined as promoting women's sense of self-worth, their ability to determine their own choices and their right to influence social change for themselves and others. It is closely aligned with female empowerment, a fundamental human right that's also key to achieving a more peaceful, prosperous world. In Western countries, female empowerment is often associated with specific phases of the women's rights movement in history. This movement tends to be split into three waves, the first beginning in the 19th and early 20th century where suffrage was a key feature. The second wave of the 1960s included the sexual revolution and the role of women in society. Third wave feminism is often seen as beginning in the 1990s.
Women's empowerment and promoting women's rights have emerged as a part of a major global movement and are continuing to break new ground in recent years. These, like International Women's Empowerment Day, are also gaining momentum. Despite a great deal of progress, women and girls continue to face discrimination and violence in every part of the world. Women need to be empowered to be economically self-regulated. This will cause the country's economy to build as well. Raja Muda of Perlis, Tuanku Hajah Lailatul Syahrin Akasha Khalil said that Malaysia and the state are aware of the importance and can be seen that various programs focusing on income, earnings, employment opportunities, and women's economic empowerment have been and are underway. Quoting Buya Hamka's words in her book entitled Talking About Women, woman is the pillar of the country. If it is good for that woman, then it will be fine for a country and vice versa.
Due to the existence of gender segregation, women tend to engage in jobs that women often pursue, or they face barriers to obtaining pre-employment education and training in areas traditionally dominated by men. As a result, women will choose jobs that are more compatible or in line with the performance of household chores performed by women. In terms of demand, discrimination against women based on the choice of employers, colleagues, or consumers, or employer perception results in women on average becoming less qualified for male jobs. Employment differences exist when employers discriminate against women in hiring, placement, and access to in-service training program, or promotion for jobs traditionally male-dominated, even if women are equally qualified as men.
According to the United Nations, in no country in the world do men come anywhere near to spending as much time on housework as women do. This means that women's job opportunities are often extremely limited, contributing to the feminization of property. 2 out of every 3 poor adults are women. A recent report from Human Rights Watch indicates that many countries out there are not living up to their promise under the Women Convention to protect women from discrimination and violence, such as rape and female genital mutilation. Many nations, including the United States, have not ratified the United Nations Women's Treaty.
During the time of armed conflict, especially under policies of ethnic cleansing, women are particularly at risk. Murder, torture, systematic rape, forced pregnancy, and forced abortions are all too common human rights violations endured by women around the world. This series presents the experience of women in Vietnam, Cambodia, the Middle East, and other war-torn regions. Domestic violence is also still prevalent to that. According to a report issued by the Ministry of Women, Family and Community Development, KPWKM, domestic violence and child abuse have reportedly increased as the Movement Control Order (MCO) is implemented following the spread of COVID-19. Based on this, some parties and organizations think that it appears that the house is not a safe place for most women and children. Many working women face the issue of double burden that they have to balance between work demands and household management at any one time. Based on the findings, she said it was found that women spend more than 63.6% more time than men in unpaid care assignments.
The Women's Empowerment Principles, created in a collaboration between the UN Global Compact and UN Women, the Women's Empowerment Principles are used to empower women in the marketplace, workplace, and community. The 7 principles are: create high-level corporate leadership for gender equality, treat all people fairly at work, respecting and supporting non-discrimination and human rights, ensure the health, well-being, and safety of all workers, whether male or female, promote education, training, and professional development for women, implement supply chain, marketing practices, and enterprise development that empower women, champion equality through community initiatives and advocacy, and lastly, measure and report publicly on progress to create gender equality. Empowering women is essential to the health and social development of families, communities, and countries. When women are living safe, fulfilled, and productive lives, they can reach their full potential, contributing their skills to the workforce and can raise happier and healthier children. They are also able to help fuel sustainable economics and benefit societies and humanity at large.